welcome back.
Yeah, man, how you doing? You know you like that.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of Math Talk with Mr. Faison, and I'm Mr. Faison, or Mr. Faison. As long as you know, today we're doing Inequalities, Part 1. So before we get into the problems, I want y'all to check out these little things right here. So we have symbols, right? These are all inequalities. So the first one you see is less than. This is what the less than symbol looks like. Then when you see that same symbol with a line under it, that means less than or equal to, all right? Now we see this next symbol that represents greater than. And dropping on down, if you see that same symbol with a line under it, it's greater than or equal to. So sometimes people get confused with those symbols. What I tell my students is, if you could put it up with your left hand, that represents less than. So the L, it represents less than, right? If you put it up with your right hand, you look at it, right hand, that's greater than, all right? That'll be the greater than symbol. Left hand, less than, right hand, greater than. Cool? Now let's jump into these problems. First, let me erase this. Cool. Good. There we go. Now check this out. We look at problem number 1 that has 4 plus 2x less than negative 2. All right, so I want y'all to understand is to solve inequalities is pretty much the same thing as solving equations. Our goal is to find x and to get x by itself. That's our goal. Now, when we were solving multi-step equations, we looked at the equal sign as the brick wall. But when we're looking at inequalities, the inequality plays the role of the brick wall. So let's run through this problem. Let's see what we got. Looking at problem number 1, we have 4 plus 2x is less than negative 2, right? Our goal is to get the x by itself. So what we have to do is we want to get this 4 over here with the negative 2. The 4 wants to get away from the 2x, but we have to move it mathematically because we have this inequality, which is the brick wall. That's like a brick wall, right? So I have to move the 4 mathematically. So it's positive 4, I'm going to do the opposite. Minus 4, minus 4. Cancel that out. Negative 2 minus 4 is going to give me negative 6. And then I bring this down. 2x is less than. Now, just how we did in the past, right? What we're looking at is, I have this 2 times x. The 2 and the x is close. We have to split them up because we want the x by itself. The only way to split it up is we have to divide it. Divide by 2, divide by 2. So we're doing the opposite. They were saying 2 times x, so to split it, we have to divide it. Now we have x is less than negative 3. Cool, now move over to problem number 2. Problem number 2 is telling me I have negative 2x plus 9 is less than 1. Once again, what I want to do is, we solving for x, so we want to get x by itself. The first thing I do is, I look and I see do I have like terms in here. I do. That 9 and that 1 is like terms. That 9 wants to get away from that 2x. That's his x. He don't want to be by his x, so get him away from his x. We do that by subtracting 9. It was plus 9, so we subtract 9 on both sides. Now we have negative 2x is less than negative 8. So right now it's negative 2 times x. So it's like they married right now. How do we split up somebody that's married? They get a divorce. So mathematically you divide. So I got negative 2 and negative 2. Now we're looking at x and 4, right? One thing I want y'all to understand, you have to remember this one key thing. Whenever we're dividing by a negative, you see that? We're dividing by a negative, right? Your inequality flips. So it was less than, it now becomes greater than. That's only when you're dividing by a negative. If this was just negative, it's cool. If just that 8 was negative, that's okay, right? We would have left it the same. But since this was negative, we had to flip it, all right? Now let's go over to problem number 3. What we're looking at is 4 plus x divided by 5 is less than or equal to 8, all right? We had a problem like this in a multi-step equations. So if you watched that video, then you know exactly what we need to do. But if you didn't, let's jump into it, right? So first thing I'm gonna do is, I can't divide the 4 plus x by 5. So I'm gonna multiply 5 on both sides. So I multiplied this 5 on both sides. If I turn that 5 into a fraction, like this is a fraction, right? It just cancels all of that out. So it's boom, boom. This just becomes 4 plus x, right? Now we still have, it's less than or equal to 8 times 5, which is 40. Now we have 4 plus x is less than or equal to 40. What do we do next? We want to get the x by itself, so I have to move the 4 over there mathematically. So subtract 4, subtract 4. X is less than 36. Hey, look, that's part 1 of solving inequalities. Make sure y'all tap in for part 2. And look, if you like the merch that you see me in, there you go. Hey, it might be gone by the time you get there, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have something there that y'all like. That's another episode of Math Talk with Mr. Faison. I'm gonna see y'all next time.
God's plan.